Now, I just had the inspiration to throw out this second video for the day to really kind of emphasize something. The state of franchises today, we all know that mostly due to politics and bullshit reasoning as to who is at the helm of some of the most beloved franchises. Now, we can say what we want to about bad sequels, bad reboots, bad remakes, whatever the hell have you. That doesn't really matter. Franchises are very much a necessary evil. They've always been there and they're always going to be there to some extent. Now, whatever the future holds for Hollywood, we don't really know. But clearly, they're in a crumbling state. And clearly, there is too much bullshit going on. Now, as I just responded to someone in my comments of the previous video, Flipped Out, shout out to you. When it comes to a badly executed sequel, when you look at something like the Star Wars franchise, something we've said a billion times already, but I just have to reiterate, something as beloved as that. And you jump forward a little bit, George Lucas still at the helm. He does his prequels. Over time, people see more and more these are very heavily flawed films. But with that being said, there was effort put into those films. There was effort put into those films. The man clearly cares about his work, despite the missteps. He cared almost too much, if anything. If anything, that's what you could give him crap for, is that he cared probably a bit too much to where he tried too hard to tie in things like, oh, Anakin built C-3PO and all this, and just certain connections that weren't really necessary, but he tried so hard to be loyal to his own work, almost to a fault. But that's the problem with things nowadays, is that there's no true effort put into these films anymore. We all make mistakes, but that doesn't mean we're not trying. I'm the type of person that, yeah, clearly I'm going to make mistakes along the way. I don't know what the hell I'm doing on this channel. I'm just putting out the content. I'm just speaking from the heart, just trying to do things how I feel like I should do things. But despite that, I'm actually trying. That's the thing, is that you can try and fail, and that is perfectly okay. As long as you know that you're being genuine, as long as you know you're trying to put something out there that you had a vision for, but it didn't quite work. Yeah. Every now and again, a certain creator, they're going to get flack for just having put out a bad product or whatever. Probably more so than what they actually deserve. And we still see that nowadays. There are some filmmakers out there who do put out work that they're actually trying for, but just winds up bad. But me personally, I can't give them the shit for it, because there's no reason to do that as long as they're trying. Now, obviously, everything is a propaganda machine. Anyone who wants to say otherwise, you're full of shit if you're clearly not paying attention to that. There is nothing wrong with having a diverse cast. There's nothing wrong with having a certain character who has a certain sexuality trait. No one cares about that stuff. We've never cared about that stuff. It doesn't matter. It's never going to fucking matter. Ever. Like with anything and everything, it's not what you do, but how you do it. It's not what you say, but how you say it. When you do something in such an inorganic fashion, then you start to pay a lot of extra attention to that. You start to notice it to where it becomes a distraction, to where it becomes so disingenuous that it's frustrating as hell. Even before a lot of this crap that we've started to get through films, television, comics, whatever. Even before that, I would have a hard time really liking someone if I feel like they're just almost like too nice or just trying too hard to be this or that, we can see through that stuff because it just doesn't seem real. It just does not seem real. It's the same thing that goes along with this type of stuff. That's just in the nature of things, to where you really just try to push and push and push to where no one is going to take you seriously, to where it becomes a joke. You are doing anyone out there who may be a different color, who may be of a different sexual orientation, who may pick up on this stuff. Of course, there's a lot like Twitter, like we all want to listen to Twitter and act like that's the end all be all when it's clearly not. You are doing a lot of those people in terms of your representation a huge disservice, because you make them look like clowns on film, because you're not giving them good characters. You're not giving them actual genuine stories. You're just using them, and it's so fucking annoying. I'm a mixed person. I'm white, I'm black. I don't need to see me on screen like that. For someone like me, I've had a past in entertainment, okay? I've done acting, okay? That's what I've done. If anything, I would want to see me on screen representing me, because I'm doing a project that I care about, something I want to do, or a job because I got the job. I don't want to be spoon-fed this bullshit and you're telling me that this is for me. No one likes that. No one is ever going to like that. Ever. If you had just gone on a natural course, just slowly but surely give honest, genuine stories to people of color, to people of a different sexual orientation, as if though we haven't gotten those things before. But if you really just want to act like, oh yeah, hasn't been there, well, you could have done it so much more justice. You really could have, but you chose not to. You chose to use these people for your own personal gain, acting like you care. And to anyone out there who happens to be watching this, and if you're of someone who thinks that Hollywood is doing you favors because they're representing you on the big screen, stop listening to it. Just stop, because they don't care. Corporations, anyone making millions and billions of dollars to do they don't care. They never have cared, and they never will care. You should be actually fighting for yourself for actually good, solid storytelling, organic storytelling. Because nowadays, like I said, I would have no problem if you make a character gay, if you make a character black. I don't care. But now it's gotten to the point where if I look at a film, a TV show, who's now all of a sudden just having all these extra black characters, all the extra gay characters, all I do is go straight into my head and thinking, okay, is that character there because they actually have a story for them, or are they there just to fill a quota? And that's what my brain goes to, and I fucking hate that shit. I don't have a problem with a variety of I don't care. Okay, we've had so many films that have been far better representation of different people in this world in the past. I don't bat an eye because I don't care. If you're a female directing a movie, I do not care. A film from a few years back, The Hurt Locker from 2009, Catherine Bigelow, fucking Jim Cameron's ex, okay, they went head to head at the Oscars, okay, because he did Avatar that year. Hurt Locker was what for sure one of the best movies of that year. Just a great, solid film. No one cares if it was directed by a woman. And guess what? She beat him at the Oscars. And most people would definitely go back and say, now, yeah, Avatar, that was overrated as shit. No one cares about that. We do not care. Just be honest. Be genuine. That's all that matters. Stop forcing the nonsense, and the people will come. They will come. They will pay to see your shit. It doesn't matter. Just be honest, be genuine, be real, stop the bullshit. I am Aaron Raven, and I am out.